Hello everyone, today I'll be teaching you on how to set up a server using just JavaScript, and I will use a framework called Express. Then I will deploy it using render so that we can get our domain name. So thank you and hope you will find this content useful. So I'll create a new project over here. I'll open the command prompt and open Visual Studio Code using the command prompt so that I can get access to the current file. Then create a new file called index.js, and at this point I'd like to install a framework to be used. I will install Express framework. So having done so, we can see that we have node modules containing what we need, the modules that we need, index.js that I had. So in here I'll call for Express, and I'll, I'll call for class that will reference the express, and then I will use the method get, which will receive request and response in order to perform certain task. So the task to perform will be just sending a hello world and say status will be 200, indicating that everything went well. Then we'll send hello world. Just like that, we can instantiate our port. Let me use capital letters, and then colon for process env port in case there was any port specified from the environment, or else you can use port 300. Then I will listen to port and carry out the following task. I'll just console log server started on port. That's all. So after we are through with this, we can check our package JSON. You can see we have express over here. So let me run node index.js. Hope so there isn't another port. I'll have to save it first, then run once again. So we can see that there is another server running over this port. I'll try to use 301 for our localhost. Then let's say okay, I have to save my changes. Okay, so server started on port 3001, and you can try to access it using our localhost, which would be localhost 301. You can see that it works over there. So what we want now, it's because localhost, since it works on our own computer, we want it to work globally. So what we'll do, instead of using localhost, we'll look for a domain name that we'll use. Let's say from a site that is called render, or you can use fly, whereby we will get our web service to use. So from this point, I now move on to render.com. Render.com. So I'll get started for free, but before, let me uh, publish to GitHub this project. I'll call it friends from start to deployment. And then I'm opted to take private or public. For now, I'll choose private repository, and I will upload all of this. So wait as it's publishing to GitHub. I'll run my server instance over there, and for the port I'd like to use the resource, and I'll save, and I will commit my changes. Change the port to the resource and commit the changes, yes. And after the changes have been committed, we can now thank them, which involves pulling and pushing commits from our origin, which is main over here. Now we can head on to render and get started for free. If you're a new user, you can sign in. Okay, I have this one web service. I'll open another web service. I'll connect to a GitHub. No. So I'll have to configure, install your personal account Samuel Kashiri. I'll only select the repository to use. I'll select one of the repository to use, which will be Node Express from start to stop. Then I will install render, and having done so, I'll pick on this project, I'll connect to it, and I will have to use a unique server name for my web service. For this, I will use Node Express Web Service. You can say tutorial. Okay, branch, I'll use branch main. Root directory. Root directory, so far we have none. I'll pick runtime to be used to be Node, and the build command will be npm install, which will install the framework such as Express. And then at the start command, we want to use node index.js. I'll use the free trial, and I'll head on to the advanced. I'll add an environment variable, let's say port. I'll give it the value of the resource, and having done so, what we're left to is just creating the web service. So you can see our configuration over here, and it's a free trial for now. After creating our web service, we are going to, it's now deploying our web service. Give it some time. it quite some time, but we'll just wait. Okay, it has started now, and we have now our the place we can access it. So I click on this. You can see we have our hello world from this domain. So thank you guys for listening up to here. Hope you find my content useful, and in case of any question or query to ask, you can reach me down at the comment section. So thank you all for taking your time. Please like and subscribe to see more of this.